Today we're at the 6th annual Gathering in the Grapes at the MastroPietro Winery here at the Berlin Center, Ohio, put on by the New Hope United Methodist Church Youth Group. Hi, I'm Rick Guerrero for Armstrong Street Scene, and boy, what a beautiful day we got today. We've been trying to do this show now for 3 years, and all the past years it's been raining, and this year it is absolutely gorgeous. And just wait until you see some of the cars we have in line for you today. Hey, let's go drink some wine and go check out some cars. We have Joe McElhaney here from Mineral Ridge, Ohio. She's the coordinator of the 6th annual Gathering in the Grapes here at MastroPietro Winery here in the Berlin Center in Ohio.
Yes.
You got a great day today. I think you guys deserve it after the past few years.
I think so too. It's about time.
Yeah, yes. We've been trying to come back here for 3 years now, and rain. It's gonna rain. Greg says, "Oh, we can't do it. It's gonna rain." I guess last year was a disaster, and then we had about 5 cars here or something.
No, that was the year before.
Oh, the year before?
Last year we moved it, and you guys had already committed somewhere else. That's why you couldn't come last year.
Oh, sure. Blame it on us. Blame it on us.
I am.
Hey, Joe, tell us about
But we didn't have a beautiful day like this last year,
You
though.
can't beat this. You can't beat this today.
Yep,
it's like we're complaining how hot it is. It's, no, you can't do that.
Yep.
You know, it's just beautiful.
Yes.
So how long have you been doing this now?
This is the 6th year, and I started it. So I've been doing it 6 years.
So what do you do with all the monies for this?
The money goes to the youth of our church.
Okay.
We use it for whatever the youth needs money for. Mainly we do an event in July called the Alive Festival, and the youth goes to that, and then whatever money we have left over we use for other things that the youth needs at our church.
Great.
And our church is New Hope United Methodist Church in Niles.
In Niles, okay.
Yes.
What a great setting this is.
Yes, it's a beautiful setting.
Good cause and everything. How many cars you expect here today?
We've got about 130 signed up so far. So.
I tell you got some beauties here. We're walking around and it's like, okay, we can do this one. A lot of, we go to some shows, we're like, there's so many nice ones.
No, there's some beautiful and then we have a few motorcycles too.
Our first victim today at the MastroPietro Winery Car Show is Tony Burkhart from Alliance, Ohio. Hi, Tony. How's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
What a beautiful day, huh?
Yeah, gorgeous day.
It's just the only thing is going to be hot. It's going to be a hot one.
Oh, definitely.
But can't complain, though, huh?
Nope, I'll take it.
Tony, what are you sporting here? 64?
63.
63.
Chevrolet Impala Super Sport 327 Power Glide Automatic.
Is that the original engine?
It's period correct. It's not original. It's a 1966 block.
Okay.
And it's been heavily reworked. Its dyno's out at 400 horsepower.
Aye.
It's got a 513 roller cam in it, roller rockers, hydraulic roller lifters. It's got the double hump Corvette heads on them. They've been ported and polished. And valves have been put, oversized valves in it, 202s and 160s. And it's been a project.
Edelbrock carburetor?
Edelbrock carburetor.
What size is that, you remember?
600 CFM.
So she uses a little bit of gas, huh?
Oh, it's not too bad, really. You know, I can drive it to Columbus and back on a tank of gas.
Okay. That's not too bad.
That's
this
not
is probably
too bad.
what, 16, 18 gallon gas tank?
It's a, if I remember right, 18.
18. But she's a beauty. What color is this?
It's torch red.
Torch red.
See,
From what? It's not. Is this period correct, or is it off?
no, it's a GM Code 70. It's a color out of the 80s. The original color for 63 was an ember red. It had a lot more orange in it than this does. But I prefer this. The
I thought this one had a lot of orange in it, but we're standing next to an orange car, and I said, "No, there's not much orange in this one."
But the original I said was ember red, and it had a lot of orange in it. And
So how long have you owned her?
I've had it about 7 years. The car was built in Atlanta, Georgia, spent its entire life in South Carolina, and I brought it up here about half done.
How about, did you do the engine work, or was the engine work?
No, that would be Tommy Jenkins out of Westville and Jenkins Motors. He did a nice job.
Good. How about, was it painted and everything when you got it?
Yes, it was, but I had to color sand it and buff it out because they hadn't done that yet. It had a lot of orange peel in it.
It's razor sharp, I'll tell you that. Whoever painted it
that's-
did a nice job on it.
That's how you make it razor sharp, is you sand it down and make it just look like it's wet all the time, and you get a real good shine off of it.
It's got a beauty here. Let's look at the interior here.
Sure.
Well, I noticed it's a Super Sport. So what part of the Super Sport package is what?
Super Sport package is the console and bucket seat arrangements along with different trim on the outside with Super Sport emblems. And the in order to get the Super Sport package, that's what the bucket seats were if you wanted to. Otherwise, you got the straight Impala setup, which was a bench seat.
Yeah, this is so much nicer. It's just it really makes it look a lot nicer. It gives it that sportier look and everything. And I noticed on the top here, you got, what do they call that, the convertible hardtop?
They call that the convertible hardtop look. The top meant to look like it was a convertible with the ribs going across it when it's really just a hardtop. It's not a retractable hardtop like the Fords had.
Right.
It was
just gives it that look.
Yeah, it just gives it the look of a convertible top.
Didn't these come in, wasn't one of the style coming in a bubble top too, or was that the 61?
In 61.
That was a 61 with the
61
bubble.
and a few 62s. They were what they call bubble tops.
Oh, they had them in 62 also.
Yeah.
Okay.
A few.
Let's talk about the rims. Those look good on here. They're not too blingy, but they just add really nice look to it.
I got the last set in existence. I had to call an outfit in California because I love this wheel. And they weren't selling them anymore, and I talked to them and the guy went out on the factory floor and said, well, we have enough material left to build one more set. And I told him, I said, I'll take them.
What's the brand?
Spectrum 2000 is what it is.
How about the bumpers and everything? Were those all done when you got it?
Yeah, they were, but they're re-chromes. They're not original.
It's all right.
It's kind of hard to
you're
make them
talking,
last for
you're
50-some
talking,
years.
How many years? Yeah, a 50-some-year-old car. This thing looks brand new. You could put this on the showroom floor. Dual antennas?
Dual antennas, only one of them's functional. The other one's just for looks.
Just for looks. That looks good like that with the dual antennas. It gives it a faster look or something, you know, a classier look.
I said every car is built to somebody's own personal taste.
Right.
And so it's what you like, and what you like is what you ought to have.
With me I have Bob Davison from Newton Falls, Ohio. It is 1936 Ford two-door sedan.
Correct.
How's it going today?
It's going good. Hot.
We drinking any wine yet?
No.
No?
No.
Still too early.
Too early.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yes.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yes, it is.
Hey Bob, what a beautiful car you got here.
Thank you.
How long have you owned her?
About a year.
About a year?
Yes.
Let's talk about it. It's just, it stands out, I'll tell you that. It's got that old hot rod feel to it, you know?
Well, it's mostly looks all original, but it's been redone completely.
Uh-huh.
I didn't do the car. I purchased this car the way it is. And it's got a 351 Ford motor in it, Cleveland engine, C4 transmission. It's got an 8-inch Ford rear end, got Portage trim interior.
That looks good. I like the white. It really
And,
makes it pop there. Yeah.
It's called autumn orange, the paint. Other than that, that's about it. It's
Got the nice rims on it and everything. Spokes.
True spoke wire wheels.
Those aren't fun to clean, are they?
No, the wife doesn't.
Oh, then you're okay there. Because I got a '64 T-Bird and I got those on it, and I was cleaning them last week. 2.5 hours to clean 4 of them, and I got 5 of them. I got an open Continental kit.
Spend some time on them.
Yeah.
She's been doing them for me.
You hate when it rains because you got to do it all over again. Let's look in the trunk here, Bob. You got this looking really nice. You having fun with her?
Oh yes.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's looking nice, but it was nice when I bought it.
Yeah,
so.
sure. You're keeping it nice. That's the
Yes.
whole thing. Got the French cut, what do they call it? The French antenna on it. Continental kit. They still call that the Continental kit?
I would assume they do. I'm not sure, but it's got the spare tire in it.
The spare tire, was that on the back anyway? On these, or was it in the
That's
trunk?
original.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
where it was
where
at.
It was
Okay.
original, yeah.
Dual
36.
exhaust in this baby. This was nice, Bob. Very
Thank
nice.
you.
Very nice. Hopefully you're enjoying it. How's the run for you? Pretty good?
Runs real good.
351.
Handles nice.
You could probably go easy 70 with this, huh?
Well, I don't think the speedometer's correct, but probably.
Yeah, just cruise like
Yeah.
70. Being comfortable in this.
Yes.
How about the undercarriage and everything? Is that all stock?
It's been completely redone and boxed in, and
Okay.
it's got newer suspension on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a Mustang rack and pinion front.
Okay.
Front
I have a
steering
Mustang
in it.
too. That's what this
Power steering.
Yeah. Oh, so you're all set. You got like a modern cruiser here.
It's pretty close.
Good. Good. Hey Bob, thank you for sharing your car with us. What a beauty.
Thank you.
Hey John, you got a 1937 pickup.
Chevy, they call it a quad because it's a 4-door.
Uh-huh. But it wasn't a 4-door, right?
No, it was started off as a 2-door, and then we got 2 trucks and we put them together and made a 4-door for the comfort.
Uh-huh. Where'd you find this at?
Down in New London, Ohio. A gentleman had the trucks down there and the parts.
Did you have any trouble finding the parts for it? Anything?
No, most of the stuff was there, and whatever we needed we could buy online, like the front end, the motor, the tranny, and all that stuff.
How long have you owned her now?
7 years. It was, 6.5, 7 years to put it together. You know, a little bit at a time here and there.
Looks good, looks good. Tell me how, you got the 4-door here, okay? How did you do?
Actually, we took the 2 front doors, cut them in half and squared them up to make a back door.
Oh, so you had to even cut the doors.
Had to cut them down the center, put
okay.
the 2 front backs together, and that way you get your square look for your 4-door quad cab.
And this rear part back here,
Is the front, it's actually another truck.
it's another truck like this one.
Just like this, but it's missing the front cut off.
Pretty neat, pretty neat. How about the seats? What are those out of?
Seats are out of a 2000 Chevy Blazer.
They look good in there. Who did all your upholstery for you?
Ed Custom Classics from Robbins Avenue, Niles, Ohio.
Wow, yeah, you did a nice job on it.
He did.
Looks good. And what color is this thing?
It's a Chevy Sunburst Orange, Cobalt Sunburst Orange.
Looks good. How about, what are you sporting under the hood there? Let's check that out.
Small block Chevy.
Something comfortable, huh?
Yeah, something reliable. Nice driver. smooth riding on the road.
Air conditioning,
Air
all
conditioned.
comforts. I didn't notice you got the electric windows.
No electric windows.
You can never tell because those handles anymore. They make them. They're electric like that. You hit them, and they're electric. They're pretty slick.
Too many wires, but the little chrome handles give a little accent to it.
Yeah, but they have them like that too, with electric too.
Yeah,
so-
you can crank those. Yeah, they're
that's
very
pretty
cool.
Short. Pretty cool. So what kind of frame you got under here?
It's a Chevy 1.5-ton thick body frame.
What year is that?
Same year, 37.
Oh, that's an older one.
Actually 37. It was a dually, but
Oh, okay.
we needed the frame in order to get the extended cab and everything on it.
That sounds good. Looks good. What's your gas mileage on this?
Around 26 on the highway.
Yeah, that's good. That's very good. That's very good. How about the bed? What's that
It's
bed
a
off of?
2000 Chevy S10 bed.
That's 10 bed.
S10 bed.
Looks bigger.
Cut in half and took 9 inches out of the center.
Oh, so you. Oh, okay.
It actually stuck away from the cab, but we had to shorten it up.
Oh, okay. That's why it looks so much different then.
And then it didn't fit right, so we had to add the back of an S10 onto the 37 in order to give it the, because it was more rounded to get it finished.
You did this all yourself?
Yes, I did.
I don't know how you guys do that stuff. It's like it's
Well,
beyond me.
Kind of jump into it, start
So
cutting.
tell me, how did you do it? Did you have it drawn out on paper first?
Actually, my son drew it up for me, and he sketched it up, and the sketching's real easy.
Yeah.
But once you get started, it's a big
But you
difference.
at least had an idea on paper. Okay,
Yeah,
we're
pretty
gonna
much.
do this and that.
Pretty much.
So how many times did you have to rework it to get it right?
The bed was on and off a good dozen times.
You're watching Armstrong Street Scene.
Today we're at Buckeye Classic Car Restoration with Nate Miller and Don. What do we got going on today?
Well, what we're doing here is we have a 66 Mustang here. And when you take a car apart properly, you want to tag and bag your parts. We're going to demonstrate what we do here so all the parts go with the car. We tag them, put them in boxes, look at that time, what needs replaced, and we go from there. Don's got a hefty bag here. already labeled with the part on we're going to put in here. We're going to put the turn signal, bolts, and assemblies in the bag, and that way everything is kept back together. So when we put the car together, it goes much quicker.
As you're going through this, you want to try and be as descriptive as possible. That's going to save you a lot of time when you're reassembling. And as Nate mentioned, go through and make sure, see what you can keep at that time.
And also too, since Don's talking here, for the purist Mustang person here, the reproduction screws for the parking assemblies are not like this. These have a twist and a stop in them. And the reproduction stuff, they use basically Phillips sheet metal screws. And they get pulled too tight and then they crack. These will stop. So it's a good tech tip. You keep the original screws, you're better off in the long run.
Well, pretty straightforward. You're just going to use a Phillips head screwdriver here. Apply some downward pressure, give it some twist. Remember, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. And a couple of twists and you got some hardware.
Why do you want to tag everything, put everything in bags?
Well, just for what I brought that instance up for, some of the screws they don't reproduce. So if you're going for originality, you want to make sure they're in there. So if your car is being judged, they'll pull, it's the right screw. And you're not going to crack the lens. Say you're pulling your door hardware apart, there's parts in those doors they don't reproduce. You want to make sure you have it. Instead of going to a swap meet to hunt it down.
Right.
That's the best thing
How
to
much
do.
of the original stuff do you like to use?
Depends what we're doing with the car. If it's a concourse restoration, then we'll use a lot of original bolts and nuts and get them replated.
How about the lenses and all that? When they're
No,
all 50 years
we'll
old?
get rid of those. Again, on the lenses, they don't have FOMOCO on them like for this car here because of licensing issues.
Right.
So if you're going for originality, you want to keep the lens and clean it.
Oh, can you find any OEM products?
Oh yeah, you can.
You can find
you
them?
can still find
You pay for them though, right?
You pay for them.
Yeah.
They're not cheap. So like this piece here, the headlight parking light retainer, what we'll do is we'll media blast this and then get it replated cadmium. Reason why this piece here, if they're in good shape, they fit much better in their repos. So this is one of the original parts we will use. All right. So I'll put in a bag and put all these parts in a bag and we know where they came from.
Here at Buckeye Classic Car Restoration, you do mainly Mustangs.
Right, we do have some GMs
90%,
and we've done some
90,
Chrysler.
yeah, okay,
Right.
but mostly Mustang. What do you do them for? You do them for show? You do them for?
Anymore, people aren't doing show cars. They're building drivers. They're dropping Coyote motors in these cars. They're dropping independent rear suspension, independent front suspension, coilovers. You name it, they want a modern driving car with a classic look.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's
the
probably
retro mod,
90% of our business right now is that.
Today we're at the 6th gathering of the grapes at the MastroPietro Winery here in Berlin Center, Ohio. How's it going, Dan? And we got the owner here, Dan MastroPietro. How's it going today?
Oh, it's going great. Beautiful day. You can't ask for a better day than this. A breeze, sunshine.
Yep.
Very nice.
The grapevine. What a great setting this is. You know, I was talking to a fellow before. I said, you can't beat this. We did this back in 2012, and it's always been in my mind. I want to come back here and do another one. You got the grapevines, you got the restaurant, you got everything going. It's just the wine and everything, and what a great setting. Go ahead, you talk, Dan. I just want to drink it.
Yeah, well, our motto is come down and have a good time and relax and leave your troubles behind. Just, you know, enjoy life. Life is short, so take a deep breath, relax, listen to the music at times, and have a good time.
How long have you been doing this now?
We've been open 12 years now.
12 years, okay.
So, yeah, it started 2005. We opened up and keep growing, add a little bit here and there, and maintain everything. The grounds are beautiful. They have to come see them.
You got a restaurant here, you got the wine here, you got beer here also?
Beer on tap, local craft beers, plus a couple domestic beers. We offer 15 or 17 wines.
Wow, you make them all yourself?
I make everything here. We do buy some of the grapes. We grow about 3 acres of the grapes.
So who taught you how to make the wine? Was it an Italian background?
Well, so my grandpa made wine, but I was a little young then. But it was just
you probably made
it was
that
a
Dago Red.
Exactly.
Huh?
It
You
was
make
a
any of that?
25-year It was a 25-year hobby here.
I grew up with my Uncle Louis making Dago Red, and we'd sit around everybody would be sitting around the table, and we'd have a glass of wine. Even the youngsters would get a little bit. You can have a little bit. That's it.
Yeah, every Sunday after church, they'd go down to wine cellar. We'd get sauce and bread and a little bit of wine. They moved the event from May to June this year, and
Perfect
that
time.
kind of helped out a little bit.
What kind of events do you have here?
We have a little bit of everything. We have we do fireworks. We have hot air balloons in August, plus a big
that's neat.
fireworks show
How many
in
hot air
August.
balloons you have?
10.
Wow, that's neat.
And I think we plan on having a helicopter here that day for helicopter rides also.
Oh, great.
We do Rib Festival in July.
Now you're getting me hungry here.
And we're going to do another car show and car cruise in October and put it together with an Oktoberfest with the brats and the beers and different things.
Oh, great. That's what you got to do.
Yeah,
Get 'em in here,
put it
right?
together, get everybody out. We have the live music every Friday and Saturday evening.
Sounds good.
Yes.
Dan, thank you for your time.
Bosh.
Salute.
Salud.
All the way from Cantville, Ohio, we got Jim Yorkovich here with his 58
Thunderbird convertible.
Thunderbird convertible.
Yep.
You know, Jim, I'm sorry, I'm a little bit biased with these right now because I got a 64 and I saw the red one with the white. And it's like, oh man, I got
See, I knew you were getting it, so I had to outdo you.
Oh yeah.
Is that it? Does that work?
Yeah.
So, no, it's yeah, we've had it for about a year and a half now. I first got it, had to do the transmission in it, had to dry up all the leaks, shine it up, paint it up, paint the engine up. The car was restored 27 years ago by a fella over in Newcastle, PA. The wife and I purchased it, and we just enjoy cruising. I put the new tires on it, new Coker whites on it, and it's a cruiser.
It's like an endless job, isn't it?
It is. Oh yes.
And someone told me, he said, you get that
Yes.
T-bird, you're constantly doing
Oh
something.
yes,
to it.
and it still needs quite a few things, but for almost 60-year-old car,
Sure.
and it's a very rare bird.
How rare is it?
These were the very first of the square birds.
They call these a square birds.
bird for the reason of the back seat.
The ones before this
Those were the tri-5s, only
baby birds.
The baby
They call them
birds
baby
with the two front seats. But they wanted to sell more Thunderbirds for 58. So Bob McNamara, which is head of Ford then, he wanted a back seat put in it. So they did, and they ended up outselling Corvette 10-1 that year with this.
Wow.
And what it was a baby boomer years, and there's needed to put the kids somewhere, and they wanted to keep it a luxurious car, powerful car.
Plus sportiness, yeah.
It's got the 352 cubic inch engine at 300 horse with a Cruise-O-Matic transmission in it. And these cars originally were designed, they wanted to make it a retractable, but they ran out of
So
time.
what are we talking, like retractable? Hard top. Retractable, okay.
Like their bigger Fords
Like
they had.
what was that, the Fairlane?
Right, where the trunk opened up and the top went down. And also this particular car, they wanted to make it an air ride suspension. But of course, ran out of time. These didn't come out to mid-year of 58. And this is why I've got the coil spring suspension on the rear. When I bought the car, there was 4 shocks on the front of the car.
4 on the front.
Yeah, and I said, I wonder what.
You take dirt riding, huh?
I said, why is that? And here to come to find out that they made provisions for 59 to put the shock down right straight into the control arm, where these were off to the side because they wanted to make room for the airbag.
Yeah.
And also on the back, they put the coil springs in place of the airbag. So in 5960, they went with leaf spring suspension in the back and a straight through shock on the front. So that's, there's only 122 remaining of these.
That's it.
Of today.
That's good.
And like I said,
They have a numbered car.
it kind of found me.
So how many did they make, you know?
2,200.
2,200. What
Total.
number is this one, you know?
I don't know which number it was. I haven't got that deep into the.
VIN number, just look them up
This
on
is
the
right,
internet,
and
they'll tell you.
that's what you're probably going to do.
Was this
but
car originally red?
no, it was white. Like, so when they restored it, they did, the interior was red and white though, but the body was white and they did it in red, which I prefer to.
Resell red.
Anything, anything on red, it's great.
It's an
yeah,
eye catcher
right.
too. It's just a
and
pretty
the
color.
wheels were on it. These are Krager spoke wheels. They're tubeless.
Oh, okay.
Don't need tubes in these, so that's what makes it nice. I had
It's a good look too. Gives it a real sport.
and I had to change the spinners on it. The spinners were dulled out and all. And
Did you get the original wheels with this?
no, I didn't. The original was the hubcaps. They had the hubcaps.
You put those on, it just makes it.
That's
pop
right. Oh
out.
yeah, yes, it just brings it out. Anything like I said, on a red car, white wall, you know, something like I said, something luxurious. You know what I
How about
mean?
the fender skirt? Do those come stock?
Those come stock on this year. Yes, yeah, the fender skirts come on stock. And what deciphers the 50, like the 59 and 60s, all they changed was
Check, 1, 2.
they took these away. This has an egg crate.
gotta change something,
They
yeah,
have
to
an egg.
sell,
This one
yeah.
has an egg. They call it the egg crate grill. And the other grills were straighter and stuff. That's what. Just little changes like that.
Let's pop the hood up in there, Jim. See what we got under there.
That's a 352.
All stock?
All stock. 300 horse engine.
Can you turn the tires on this?
Nah, not really. Not with the highway gear. Nah, I don't want to do that. Yeah. Plus, the tires are expensive. You know?
Yeah. I just wanted to add enough power. Mine, no way.
Yes,
Yeah.
but
It'll
it-
get there fast, but no spinning.
But it does have power brakes and everything. Well, it don't look like power brakes. The booster's on the inside of the car.
Oh, okay.
So
Can you
anyway,
get to it?
Yeah, you can get to it. Oh yeah, no problem. I mean, it stops well, even though the drum brake. But it is what it is, though. But I did update it with an HEI distributor
Right. That's
and,
why it looks
and
like
a newer
Is that
carburetor.
electronic? Is that what you call it?
Yeah, electronic. Yeah, HEI, and because the reliability. You know what I mean. You don't want changing points on the side of the road on a 90-degree day. So, but had the transmission rebuilt. There's some things I need to do, but I had to.
It's endless, Jim. It's
yes.
endless, you know?
I had the radiator record. It bled from everywhere when I bought the car. I had
it
it's
sits that
soft,
long,
right?
yeah.
But the engine was never touched. One day I'm gonna have to replace the top. The top's 20-some years old too. So, but yeah, there's the hubcap.
That's a hubcap, so
Yeah.
it looks like, yeah.
Yeah,
Too bad they didn't get another
yeah.
other rubber rim.
But I think that's the original spare.
Wow.
That's the original spare. So there.
It looks good with the top up, too.
Sporty. Yeah, like I said, and that's what made it square. Everything was squared off. You know, even the hard tops were squared off like
I
that.
can't imagine them trying to put a retractable top in
Yes,
his
I
trunk.
said
yeah.
either
They have
they-
to stretch it a couple
I said
of
either
foot.
have to split it in the middle, have
Yeah.
it, fold in two pieces and all. So, but yeah, I guess they said that was that.
that's
And then
how it looks.
yeah, this
That piece folds down.
now.
Yeah.
And in '59 they went to the solenoid. Everything was powered.
Right.
So, and then it just
Looks good. With me, I have a guy named Rick. What a funny name that is. Rick Lamb. Rick Lamb from Austintown, Ohio, with his 1971 440 Plymouth GTX. I'll bet you that baby moves, huh?
It does. If you're in the front seat and I kick it down, you're in the back seat.
Oh,
Guaranteed.
yikes. How long you had this?
I picked it up a few months ago. Okay, I've been looking for 4 years for one, because it's got to be the right one.
Oh, that's
See
the
it,
right
feel
one.
it, touch it, drive it. Okay?
That's the right one.
And I found this one in Pittsburgh, so it was close enough for me to go out there and look at it, drive it, and check it all out and get it inspected and all that kind of stuff, you know.
Why did you want this car?
It's, when I was, I'm going to say 18 years old, I had a friend of mine that worked for a Chrysler Plymouth dealer, and they had the new ones came out in 71. I says, I want one.
One of these days.
It took me 50 years, but
That's
I got
it.
one.
Hey, we got it. That's the way I am right now. I got my dream car. You got your dream car. But there's always another dream car, isn't there?
Yeah.
I got my dream car, and I keep going, okay, what's my next dream car, you know?
Yeah, every one is a dream car, really.
Oh,
you know.
sure. So what do we got? We got a red.
It is red, okay? It looks orange, okay? But it's actually called Tor, T-O-R, red, okay?
Tor red.
If it was a Dodge, it would be called Hemi Orange.
But it's the same color.
Exact same color.
Same color,
Yep.
So what makes this thing so rare?
It's got, well, in 71, they only made 2,700 of them for the U.S., okay? And then a couple hundred went over to Canada, but it's like one of, I think, 430 or 440 with the air grabber. It's got straddle vents, okay, which is one of 230 cars.
What's a straddle vent?
It's if you don't have air conditioning, and these, when they ordered the 440s and muscle cars,
Nobody had air. That was taking power away. No one wanted
and they used to have that. You had a panel up there, okay, that where the air conditioning vents would be. Well, this has the ductwork and the vents, okay, to where instead of being covered, it's actually functional vents in this place. And actually, the switch is labeled straddle vent. So back in the day when we used to race on street race and stuff like that, and you had your goat over here and you're revving your engine, he's revving his, you would raise that up.
Yeah,
okay?
the guy would go,
Exactly. That's the reaction he gets. That's the reaction he gets, yeah.
Let's check underneath the hood here.
It's actually got shark teeth on both sides of it.
There you go, 440?
440.
This is not the six-pack though, right?
No.
Six-pack has what?
This is actually 370 horse, okay? Well, I do have a mild cam in it, so I'm probably closer to 400. The six-pack would be basically the same block.
Let me ask you my favorite question of all. Well, how fast have you had it?
I've had this up to 90, okay?
90? It's like you're cruising at 90, you know?
Exactly, but, you know, it's 55 years old. It's 55 years old, so, you know, it's...
You gotta try one time anyway.
Yeah, and I probably will.
What do you think top speed is in this?
It's going to be, well, speedometer's 150. I don't think it'll do 150, but I'll guess it'll do 130, 140, you know.
If you want to try it, all right?
Right.
How did you end up getting this thing? You said you
looked
looked
for one. Yeah, I had 3 dream cars, okay? And this was one of them. And I looked for 4 years.
And you found it where?
I found this at a dealer down in Pittsburgh. Actually, at a Porsche dealer in Pittsburgh. It's me. I had to see it, feel it, touch it, drive it.
Sure, that's the only way. Because pictures are deceiving, you know that. You could see a picture of it and you go, oh, that's beautiful. And all of a sudden you get close to it. And
everything looks better in pictures. You know, so Pittsburgh was close enough to go down.
I even look better in pictures.
Which I did.
I always say I'm a 20-footer, so.
I always say I'm a 20-pounder. So.
Oh, geez. This was all done, huh? How long ago was this restored?
The paperwork I have goes from 2004 to 2008. Okay. So it was a 4-year restoration.
4 years. So someone did it. They probably did a rotisserie on it and everything.
Right. Okay. I have virtually every receipt that the guy put into this thing. This slapstick, when you used to race, okay, or when you shift this thing in low, okay, there's no buttons to push. You shove it up, and it'll stop at second gear. Okay. And then shove it up again, and it'll go to third. Oh, okay. So you don't
You just slam it like
right.
Wham.
You can't actually throw it in reverse or neutral. Okay. You know, it's what they call the slapstick.
Oh, okay. I understand.
Versus they had previous to this, they had like the shift gauge, you know, and all that kind of stuff.
Well, Rick, this thing looks brand new. It looks like something that just come off the dealer's showroom. You know?
It's got its faults. You got to look, but it's got plenty of faults.
You know, when you buy a car, you look at it, you don't see it, and all of a sudden you get it home and you start inspecting it. Oh, look at this, look at that. It's, you know what? I'm pretty good at finding the faults in this, and The faults are pretty few and far in between here on this one. This is nice. This is very nice. Perfect day for a show here in Berlin Center at the MastroPietro Winery. This is the 6th annual Gathering in the Grapes. New Hope United Methodist Church put it on, and what a great day for a show. We had some fabulous cars here, met some great people here today. What a nice day. Hey, I'm Rick Guerrero for Armstrong Street Scene. I'll see you down the road.